What's up, y'all? EJ Sampson here. Earl Sampson Jr. Some people call me Ghost. The Holy Ghost if you're nasty. Welcome to my inaugural YouTube video. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna make, but something wants me to speak. Plus, I've been going through some things for the past couple years, and I really needed somebody to speak to my soul. Felt like I couldn't speak to my soul. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was searching everywhere, man. I was searching for answers everywhere. Reading spiritual books, self-help books, everything I'll share with you. I have no problem sharing. I'm not one of those people that's like, yo, I overcame, and never really give you the details of what they overcame. I'll tell you whatever you want to know, honestly. I hope YouTube doesn't turn off my comments. I'll leave my comments on. I'm sure there's gonna be some trolls, but I will do my best to respond to anything because I really want dialogue. I want discourse. I feel like it helps. Every time I speak my truth, I feel better. And I'm sure there's other people like me. While I was searching through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Googling, reading, I came across a post. You know, I wish I could give the original poster credit, but I don't. It was just a random, Instagram post. It was like, talk like you talking to the younger you. And I was like, damn. That was probably one of the most, short, sweet, to the point. It was like, yeah. I'm gonna try to make a YouTube channel of what I wish I would have found 2-3 years ago. I had a crazy past 3 years. Crazy. Have you heard of this spiritual awakening thing? Because it's funny, right? I'm an avid reader. I read all the holy books, the majors. I'm on the Bhagavad Gita right now. But the Torah, the Quran, the Bible, read them. Like I always wanted to have the knowledge, and so it was just shocking to me that in the past 3 years, I'm going through this experience, and until I'm going through it, you don't notice it. You just weren't paying attention to it. Originally, I thought that's what it was. I just wasn't paying attention to the spiritual awakening thing, right? Nah, man. I got full-blown anxiety. Full-blown anxiety, man. Now you don't know me, so it's like I was normal. Let me give you a little brief synopsis of my life story, right? I was raised in a 2-parent household in the suburbs of Pennsylvania. Nashville, Pennsylvania to be exact. Till I was about 11, 12 years old. Then, hit puberty. The rebellion set in for me. My dad always said, some kids just gotta touch the stove to see if it's hot. You can tell them it's hot, but they just gotta touch it. That was me. That was definitely me. I am the F around and find out kind of kid. That's always been me. They were Christians. They were Jehovah's Witnesses to be exact. That meant services 3 times a week. Didn't have any friends. We weren't really encouraged to have friends outside the hall. There weren't really too many kids my age there. So I really didn't have any friends most of my young life, preteen life. And yeah, you get to the age where it's like, man, I want to experience life. I'm not experiencing no life here. You're going to keep me locked in until I'm 18 years old? I wasn't with it. I had younger sisters. Well, one at the time. And she was the good one. I was not. That's how we're going to look at it, right? I ain't going to say we were close. We weren't distant. We didn't have any, feud. Not that I seen. But for me, I wanted to see what life was about. So I ventured out on my own. And that's when I started to see what life was about. But unfortunately, I was way too young, naive, and wasn't prepared for the reality of what life is like for a kid from the suburbs to leave home with basically no guidance. If I had started in the hood, it'd probably been different. You'd probably been a little more prepared, but I was definitely not prepared. So when I come to the hood, I'm like a fish out of water for a minute, but I'm a fast learner. Great athlete, smart kid that was always gifted. Didn't need to pay attention to school to get A's. Not bragging, it's literally, it's who I was. I'm not saying I didn't feel fear, because I think people who don't feel fear are kind of borderline personality disorder types. But I was definitely a conqueror of fear. Like, I'm gonna crawl through that tight space and venture through the crevices to see what's on the other side. Not afraid of heights. We're gonna make that jump, whatever it is. That was me. So, quickest way to get me to do something was tell me I can't. that was me. So it kind of, I jumped in the water, head first, dove in, and learned a lot of lessons along the way. But the whole time I'm learning these lessons, I want you to know, right? I never had any childhood abuse. My parents believed in corporal punishment. But they did the best they knew how. And I think they did an excellent job. I always, regardless of the fact that we didn't get along when I was going through my rebellious phase, because that's what it was, I respected them. But black parents, man, if you don't follow my rules, you don't respect me. That's how it works for them. It's like, it's not true, but yeah. I still respect the hell out of my dad, but I still don't listen to him. Same with my mama. I always felt the need to live my own life, and I'm still the same way. I feel like everybody should have the right to free will and live your own life. I don't believe in people impeding on that. That is a core value of mine that I honestly never thought I had to express. It's like, there's something unforgivable for me. It's like, if you impede on somebody's, that's the worst. You can't impede on somebody's free will, on their journey, on their learning. I don't care if you think you know what's best. I can't do it. Now, if a parent wants to do it to their child, that is between them and their child. I don't get involved in that. I don't have any kids. I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids. But anybody else to do it is wrong. It's unforgivable for me. It's unforgivable. I can forgive somebody almost anything. I can't, no. You're impeding on people's free will. You are my enemy. You are my enemy. Anything that does it is my enemy. I don't care if other people think it's okay. I don't give a damn. Me and the person who impedes will never be okay. Understand this. That is something I fight against. It does not resonate with me whatsoever. Let me get to this positive stuff though, right? So anyway, the whole time I'm going through this, I'm learning, get a couple lumps, go through some things. Hard lessons were definitely learned. Of course, I didn't finish high school. I was too busy running the streets. Got locked up at 16, caught a felony. Again at 18, and then I caught a homicide charge at 22. I'll tell you the ghost stories about those later episodes, but this is just to get you a sense of who I am, right? Do my 15 years in prison for my homicide charge. Get a hit the first time I come up for parole. A year later, they let me out. Came home to a different world, obviously. I got locked up before smartphones. Come home, there's Instagram, Facebook, there's social media, there's all types of things. I'm YouTube that I've never seen. Mind you, I've never seen them. Heard of them, but I've never seen them. They weren't around when I got locked up in 2006. There was still MySpace when I got locked up. Just think about that. Half of y'all probably don't even know what that is. I came home and it's a new world. COVID was hit. I came home in 2020, April 2020. And it was a new world. And You know, you would think, that would give anybody the heebie-jeebies, right? You're prone to get anxiety. No, that wasn't what happened, man. That wasn't what happened, man. When I tell you, I seen God and the devil within a year of me coming home. Would you believe me? I'll tell you about it. Come back next.